Bună ziua, bine ați venit la a 14-a ediție a Festivalului Internațional de Poezie București, organizat de Muzeul Național de Autorii Române, bineînțeles cu sprijinul Primăriei Capitale și Ministerul Culturii. Ne bucurăm că sunteți alături de noi și pentru că ați ales să veniți în Aula Bibliotecii Centrale Universitare, care întâi, bineînțeles, trebuie să le mulțumim tuturor pentru că ne-au sprijinit și anul acesta și sunt alături de noi de fiecare dată. Mulțumesc foarte mult domnului directorul general al Bibliotecii Centrale Universitare, care aș vrea să vă mulțumesc încă o dată și să mulțumesc lui Cato Lein pentru că a acceptat invitația Muzeului Național de Literaturii Române și pentru că iubește foarte tare România, pentru că își dorește să o parcurgă așa, la pas, dacă dați voie să spun. Chiar mi-a spus că își dorește foarte tare să ajungă în Transilvania și cine știe ce bijuterii o să meșteșucească acolo. Cato Lein, atât vreau să știu. E adevărat că o fotografie face cât 1000 de cuvinte? O fotografie face cât 1000 de cuvinte? Și de aici încolo începe conferința ta.
Hello, my name is Cato, and I think it's a little strange to stand here and talk to you because, you know, I'm Norwegian and live in Sweden, and there is not so many books translated to Swedish or English of those I know in Stockholm where I live. But it's an honor to do this because I have so many pictures from Bucharest and all around. I've been so many times here in this country. So yeah, I want to see if it can work out this. This is not a picture that came in the right mood, but I had to start. Everybody knows who Marin is, I'm sure. When I got this job to work together with the Romanian Culture Institute in Stockholm, they asked if I could go to Romania and do this, or they gave me a grant for this. Before my time, it was a Turkish-Swedish poet and photographer who lives in Paris, in exile. And there was a lot of writers from all over in Paris at that time, in the 50s, 60s, 70s. And Lütfi Özkök is the photographer. He know them all. So he took these pictures 1972. You can see it. And he also had a picture of the Dadaist, the father of Dadaism, Tristan Tzara. And this photographer was really a great inspiration for me because he worked very easily with the light and the shadow. From darkness to, I mean, he'd never used a flash, and I'm just like that. I never use the flash when I take pictures. And this is the name of this lecture. Yes, there is the Lütfi Özkök. I think the picture came in the wrong way, but this is Samuel Beckett. Really a famous picture of this photographer. You can see the darkness and the light, and it's perfectly done with around his eyes in the light. So this is the picture I had as a sort of very, very heavenly inspiration. Porcelain, very little light, but it's very strong picture as well. So me and Ludwig, we did this book together. He had all these fantastic writers, Romanian writers. Most of them lived in France, in Paris. So we did this book together. And after his those old pictures, I tried to do my best so I could suit this kind of image. And here we can see the first one, Gabriella. It's Ludwig's picture there. She's very young there, and my picture is from 2017. It was a festival here. I'm a little afraid of saying the name because I think I will spell it wrong. So, Luca, 1989. And yes, I came from Norway to Sweden because I wanted to be a photographer and maybe artist. Where I came from in Norway, it was a very bad situation for education. You know, everybody had to be a fisherman or working in the countryside. So I went to Sweden. I want to go to a big city. So I tried to be a photographer, and very early. It's very strange. It is, but I speak on. This is one of all my Nobel Prize winners. I have 14 of. I mean, Milosz, the Polish poet, he got his prize 72, I think. So this is a much older picture. I met him in Stockholm when he was, I think around 80. So this is the kind of way I was working with pictures. I had a camera on a tripod, all the Polaroid. You can see up there. It's a little trashy. It's a little, you can't handle it. And this is Herta Müller, also I took it in Berlin when she got the Nobel Prize. They sent me to Berlin to take this picture of her. She said when she is in Sweden, it's only in Sweden I used to say that I'm a Romanian. Everywhere I say I'm a German. And Nadine Goldener from South Africa. And I went to Belarus, Svetlana, when she got the Nobel Prize. It's a very nice picture, I think. Mario Vargas from Peru, very strong. And when I took this picture, I was thinking about Lütfi Özkök and the picture of Samuel Beckett. I wanted to have the same sort of, you know, the light, no light, and just, you know, all people, taking picture of all people, it can be very easy. All you need is a glimpse of their eyes, so they look in the camera, because they are very relaxed. They don't have this posing attitude like young people have. So, and like he's really have a great face. Susan Sontag. I was very worried about this picture because I saw she was moving just in the seconds I took the picture. But this is a classic picture of Susan Sontag. Even her living friend Anna Leibovich loved this one because she's moving. And that's the essence of a picture. You don't need to take it very super sharp. You can have a little moving. You can see there's a lot of wrong. She's away out of the pictures. And that's wrong. You had to have her a little bit more back. You know, the golden, how you do a composition with pictures. Oh, what's happened? Oh, yes, this is Paul Auster. And you can see all the around in the frames. It's this Polaroid I was working with. And because of this, I changed the way of doing a portrait of those great writers. So I started a sort of a school for my own, and everybody know me as I'm the one who take those with all this strange thing around, and you know all this. And this is a very old friend of me, Knausgård. I think he's translated to Romanian as well. A great writer and a heavy smoker. So I have a technique. I always ask if they are smoking, and I used to go outside, because when you take picture of writers, it's very nice to say to them, we can have a smoke, because they're relaxing more with a smoke in the hand. So I was waiting for his blow out so I could have this. And it was really a cold winter time, so it was really a lot of smoke around his face. This is the Polish writer Hanna Kral. Also one of, you can see it's very dark. I like picture when there is some sadness in it, but it's very soul as well. I don't know, shall there be translation to Romania, or everybody understand me? Yeah. Good. Salman Rushdie, he was a very big problem in Iran with the fatwa time. So he came to Sweden and the Swedish Academy for get help from them. So, but it was really hard. He was very disappointed with the Swedish Academy that they couldn't help him. And it's very typical Swedish, you know, they don't want a conflict. So they are very mainstream in every part of peace and war. But I was the only one who took a picture of him when he was in Sweden. In '96 I took this picture. Sadie Smith, English writer. And it's the same with this frame around, it's this Polaroid that today there is, all the Polaroid are gone now, so I can't work with those anymore. So that's really sad, because I had my statement with all this thing around. And I really like to say to myself, okay, it will be as it will be. If it's unsharp, maybe I can do it into a picture, into something new or something else. John Irving, the American, you know, I met him with a flip-flop shoes and this, and I thought, wow, how shall I take a strong character picture of this? And I was thinking about a movie. What's the name of it? I don't remember the name of the movie. And I said that I want him to stand like that because he's an old sportman and he was very musculous. And you know, men in that age, they really love to show their muscles like this. And I was talking a lot of that. So I took 5 pictures of him. So I'm very happy with this. This is the first Romanian writers I took picture of, Gabriela Melinescu. She lived in Stockholm. She was married to I don't think he was a Swedish publisher, but maybe he was, or German, I'm not sure. But it's a very nice picture of her, 96, 97 I took this one. And now I'm going to show you all the picture of all the young writers. Many of them I don't have so much to talk about because you know, in Stockholm they used to have a workshop with 2 or 3 Romanian poets and 3 Swedish poets, and they worked together during a week, and they work together with the text, translate for each other. It's a really creative process. And they called me, I'm going to take picture of those. But I don't know them. So, okay, I became a friend on Facebook with them and so on. But, so I don't know so much about how many books they have written. But this is a picture I like. Yes, this is, first this is, I've done 3 books about Romanian literature in Sweden. They are, all of those are in Swedish. So I mean, Sweden was really, during some years, I think it was around when Herta Müller got the Nobel Prize, they came on different publisher house in Sweden, these books. And this one was one of the most beautiful books that year. And this is the book I did together with Lutfi Özkök. And in those 3, there is a little short novel and a picture that I took. I have, all the pictures are in alphabetic, so there is no discrimination about who's first and who's the last one. Everybody knows her, I'm sure. I think I took this in 2000 and, oh, I don't remember. Okay, we keep on. Adriano. Alexandra. And all of this, I just have about 10 minutes or quarter. So I always very happy when I feel, you know, when you take picture, you can feel that, now I have the picture. There can be a problem when you feel that I don't have the picture, and you try to keep on, and you can see that they are getting, not angry, but they're getting tired and want to, because a lot of people who taking picture of, they have the cheeks, and they have some, you know, it's not, nobody likes to be taken picture of. I don't like it myself, so. She's one of the first, from my first trip. Anastasia. Everybody knows them. And I think he lives in the States. Many, I know those at the Culture Institute, they invited a lot of writers to Sweden just for me to take those pictures. Augustine. All of those have been translated into Swedish. Bogdan. Also Bogdan. Karin. She lives in New York. She was very sad that she couldn't come here to this. But, I mean, it's many years since I took this picture. We still have a very good contact, and I sent some picture to her. She and her husband, like that. It's a great picture of them. That's why I think it's very nice to be a photographer, because after you are taking this picture, you became friend with all of those, and you have them. I used to write to, like now here in Bucharest, I can ask anyone on Facebook, I want to go to the Delta, Dano Delta. Yes, and they have a lot of, they want to go with me, and they want to show me the Delta. But I'm going up to Transylvania this time, because I've never been there before. This is really a good one. He don't smoke anymore.
Yeah. I quit smoking 10 years ago.
Claudio, he is a really good friend of me, and he has been helping me with all the names for this show. And I can write to him in the middle of night. He answers in 10 minutes. So, and he has been in Stockholm many times, and every time I'm in Bucharest, we used to meet. Now he's in Prague, I think. You see here, it's very great to go out smoking, because they look cool with a cigarette. But I think many of those have stopped smoking now. I don't know. Dan Lungo. Dan Sokyo, also a friend. I was hoping meeting him, but I realized that he don't live in Bucharest anymore. This is in his hotel room in Stockholm. Daniel Lesko. Very little angry one. It's a nice picture. This is also a Litfish picture from I think it's 74 or something. And I took a picture, my first trip, Denisa. And she came to Stockholm when I had an exhibition about Romanian writers, and she opened my exhibition. I was really proud that Dan Shafran at the Culture Institute invited her for this. Dimitri. Oina. Monica. All of those, the younger, they was working with different. Every year they have this workshop. Katarina. Elena. Also from the first time I was here. Philip Florian. So many pictures. Florian. think she lives in Sweden now. I heard that. With her boyfriend. Gabriel, att är humanista. Like him, I don't know nothing about him because he was one of those. We were drinking beer at the festival, and I really like his moustache. And I heard that somebody say, "Yeah, he's a poet or writer." He's a editor. Ah, okay.
Cultural manager.
Yeah, okay. Which state? Grete Tappel. She could only speak German, so we couldn't speak to each other because I don't speak German, and it was very typical her generation that they don't speak English, only German. So, but I got a good picture, so that's enough for me. And Johannes Popp, really a great friend and a great writer. And so sad that he passed away. It's a different time. This is from the first time I was. Krista. Livia. I love her freckles. So I took another session. I think I took this one in Stockholm. The next one it was in the summer. She had so many freckles. He looked a little like Robert De Niro in the Taxi Driver. I think. Same style from 70s. Martin Scorsese or something like that. Very nice guy. Lucian. Luminita. And Mario is also a very good friend, and I met him every time I'm here as well. He's a little younger than 2017, I think that's 2009 or yeah, 2008. I think he lived in the States, or no? He got a Gloria around. And this is Kataresko family at the Country Museum with the little Daniel. I think he has done a new book for himself now, and he's really tall now. And this is Mircja's handwritten page. This is the way he worked when he write the books. This is also from the museum. Miruna. Nikolai. And Nina Kasia, great woman. Nora Yuga. Also very, I really love it. One of my favorite pictures. I met her 2 days ago here. She's 92 or 3. Radu. He was here as well. Shafran. This is in Sweden. I think it's in February. You can see it's really cold in winter. But I mean, it's winter here in Bucharest as well. So I think maybe it's colder here in the winter time. Rita. Saviana, she lives in the States. Cinziana. Serena. Svetlana. She done one book in Sweden, translated to Swedish. I haven't read it. I met him on the street yesterday, just like that. It was very strange. Theodor. Theodora, come on. Marjan. Now it's getting to the last picture, I think. So. Yeah, Veronica. And this is my first picture when I was in Romania, 1980s. It's a restaurant north of Constanta. Mamia, I think it's called. It's Mamaya. So, and I really like this picture. I have it in my the next project I'm going to show you. But this is it. Thank you. I want to talk about my next project I'm working with. It's you know, when I'm taking all these portraits, at night time I used to be around and taking pictures. I always like to try to find a sort of essence of the people on the streets. I really love street photography and meet people. And in a way, I come very close to many of them. It can be bikers, it can be Roma people, it can be people who live in the gutter in a way. So this project is a little bit nostalgic touch of it. But it's I try to be a storyteller. I mean, you writers, you write great stories, but in pictures, it's I try to be a writer myself via pictures. So I did. It's only 5 minutes with music. It's a sort of love for me to the city of Bucharest, and this project, it's not finished yet. But I have not a contract, but there is a publisher in France, and he did my last book, and he will do this book about sort of nightlife in Bucharest, eclectic in Bucharest, I call it. I can see if they manage to start it up. Okay. Is there any question? No.
What's next?
What's next? No,
What is your next project?
my next project. Yes, I will come out with a book in Sweden late in November, I think. It's a book about one of the greatest poets in Sweden, Thomas Tranströmer. He got Nobel Prize as well. It's a story about the Baltic Sea, where he had been written very much, and he used to live in the archipelago outside Stockholm, the Baltic Sea. So the book is finished, the design and everything. We're just waiting to choose where to print it. So that's my next project. I think I will have a new book every year now, so I hope so. You know, when you're getting older, you feel that the dad is behind your back, so you have to work very hard now to do everything before it takes me. Okay.